Welcome back, guys, to another episode here on Rotten Block. Alright, so I know it's probably been a little while, at least a few weeks since last episode, and in that episode we built this, and this is the moss farm. But I didn't quite finish designing the exterior. I kind of had a creative block, and I just didn't feel like designing anymore on it. I just wanted to build the farm and get it here. But I've just spent some time just playing Minecraft, just doing some stuff around the server, not worrying too much about making the content, right? I just wanted to play. So, it's given me some time to think. I've been drawing and sketching some ideas, and I think I know what I'm gonna do. So here, we have a little bit of space, and I need some way of collecting or storing my bone block that I'm putting into shulker boxes down here. I also have my off switch or on and off switch right there. And I'd like to not have to go down there constantly to turn on the farm or get my bone block. So we're going to store it here. And that was always the idea. But I kind of have a bigger idea now. And we're going to be building the bone block market. So I have a bit of a sketch that maybe I'll show later once we start working on this. But basically, we're going to have a market stall that goes here and an extension of the building that's over here. That's where we're going to store the bone block and have our on and off switch for the farm. But yeah, so we have a little bit more work that we need to do on the interior up there in the watchtower. We also need a way of getting up into the watchtower. Right now, I just have a hole that I'm flying into. Can't quite see it. There it is, right there. You know, I have to fly in through that hole to get up there. But I think since we have this wanted poster right here, this is Boris. He's a mass murderer, at least on the server, and that's great. But yeah, so we have this wanted poster, and I think I'm gonna put a police station right here, and we'll have a door or something that we just go through, and it has like a bubble vader that takes us up to the top of the watchtower. Now I also have the interior I need to start working on. That way we we don't see the farms on the inside. Maybe make it look more like a police station or something up there. I don't know. But that's kind of the idea and the goal here for this episode is to get this all done. Once this is done, I'll feel free to then work on some other projects. I do want to build some smaller farms that we can use the bone meal that we're collecting, like maybe some flower farms, a sea pickle farm, a glow lichen farm, stuff like that. We do need a tree farm as well, and I was planning to build it here, but it's just too large. So we might put it down here at some point. And then down here we have a small foundation. And so that means there's probably not a lot of space for us to actually add anything. So what I'm thinking is we can do our furnace array. Now, I've been planning to do one for a while. Initially, I was going to build it in here as part of the kelp farm. We have our field that's getting made down there, and it was just going to feed directly into this dedicated furnace array. But I've decided not to do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a panel here, decorate it, make it look industrial and stuff. And we'll just have our inputs for, everything we want to get smelted, and then our output to store everything that's getting smelted. And so, yeah, I think we'll just build a panel that goes here that feeds into the furnace array. And then we also need an iron farm. That way we can supply our redstone shop. Because we're making pistons and crafters and things that use iron. So I think maybe just having a small iron farm that we can have maybe on the inside here. And then just having like a little storeroom or something that kind of is embedded in this foundation here. And then we can just kind of decorate the foundation with some more industrial stuff. That's what I want to do, but I need to get this watchtower done before I move on. Otherwise, I'm going to get stuck in this perpetual cycle of just never getting stuff done. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do though, before I start working on this design, the market, is go around the server and just kind of show off, all the new stuff on the server. And I don't have anything to trade with him. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what's all new on the server and, what I've been working on as well, because I've not just been hanging out on the server. I've been doing stuff in between episodes. So before I leave the area, I've done a little bit more work down here. I had one wheat farm, or at least like 4 plots over here, collecting wheat and stuff. And before I was just collecting the wheat, but now I am crafting it into the hay bales, so I'm more space efficient. And then I built 4 more plots over here. That way I could boost my rates. I might do something different in the future though. It still feels kind of slow, but we'll see. All right, so we are stopping here at spawn, and we're gonna go over here to Mr. Red's because guess what? Yeah, I finally got this all finished. Stocked up and stuff. Everything's stocked. Dispensers. Maybe in the last month I got stocked, but more recently are these target blocks. And yeah, that's great. This is really why we had to beef up our hay bale farm, because these are kind of expensive and we need a lot of them. But we also built a skulk farm, and now we are stocking calibrated skulk sensors and just normal skulk sensors. So there's another cool thing here on the server. We got a post office now, and Renee was tasked with designing it. And so he chose to make some custom paintings, and it's pretty cool. So on this side, you can see this is the Rotten Block logo. It's on this poster that's been taped up on the side. Back here, there's a dumpster with a pumpkin pie. And then there's some graffiti. It just says Rotten Block. That's pretty cool. And yeah, these are just paintings. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But inside we have barrels with all of our heads on them. And I know I have some mail, so Count created these packages for us. I don't know, I need to look at that, but just also notice that Freak has given us something. A town hall. In regards to your recent notice of rent, we would like to inform you that the area you designated is in fact a protected duck reserve. Any attempts to enforce rent could endanger the health of the fragile species. We're sure you understand. Sincerely, the ducks. Hmm. Okay. So, I guess background info. Well, let's just fly back over to Eggtown. We're gonna go over here. So recently, Jaden and I had noticed Crake was hanging out over here, and he's building an apartment in our town hall. Are these actually ducks? I don't think ducks have arms and legs like this. But Jaden and I charged him rent for trespassing. I mean, we let him hang out here, but now he's claiming it's a duck reserve. So next farm, how did I finish stocking Mr. Reds with the skulk sensors? We gotta head to the end for that. So way out here, I built the farm. It's just basically an Enderman farm. You can see the platform up there, and it's extremely simple. Initially, I was designing something to also collect the skulk block, but I don't really need the skulk block, right? I just need these sensors. And yeah, it's actually really simple. So the Endermen, they fall onto this skulk block. I have a catalyst right there. And so all that does is it generates these sensors, and I just use a hoe, and I sit here and I collect the sensors. And I have 2 LAs in here. One is collecting the sensors, and the other is collecting the shriekers. And so I get both in here. Try to show it off here. And I think I'm going to make this a little faster, because it's kind of slow. So if I fill up my inventory... There we go. It's a little slow. Not too bad. You can see the LAs are going to collect everything. And it's actually pretty decent. You sit here for like half an hour and you get quite a bit. And we have one last thing to show before I start doing anything else. So we have a portal here that goes to Jaden's competition area. So Jaden set up this build challenge for us here on the server. And I can't really not show off one of these builds, but I'm gonna turn my back to the other builds. This one is my entry. And yeah, pretty cool. So this thing is called the figure. I have a little description here. You can pause and read if you want. So yeah, this is the figure. And it's just a statue of just some ancient being that's sitting in this vast field of wheat. And you can see we have a little camp there, a little tent. You can actually, if I go back over there, you can actually lay in it. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're at a good point where we can start working on the market here. And I'm going to try something. So I saw this creator do something where she took a grid and overlaid it on some concept art for like a house or something. And she adjusted the grid to a scale. So like each block in the grid would represent a block here in Minecraft. So I think what we need to try to do is get our dimensions here. Then we can take my sketch and then just build a grid with these dimensions over my sketch. And we should be able to figure out the scale from there. Alright, so is that a good... I think this looks good. I like the proportions. It's not too tall, not too wide. Alright, so here's my sketch. You can kind of see what I was trying to describe. We have a little building over here. This is where we're going to store our bone block and have our on and off switch for the farm. Here's a little market, kind of like a ramen stand or something. And yeah, just the rest of the building, just kind of details and stuff. And here's the grid. So it's about 21 blocks. It's like 21 blocks from this edge to the wall that's here. It's kind of excluding these little things here, but these are details that I can probably make work outside the scale. And it's pretty close to 12 blocks tall. I think 12 blocks is about here, and that might just mean I need to kind of adjust this or just get rid of it. I don't really know what we're doing up here yet. But hopefully this actually gives me an idea of, where to put the blocks and yeah, and kind of figure out the scale. So this doorway is probably going to be kind of tall, but hopefully maybe this should work. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I'm kind of excited to see this actually get built and stuff. All right, so the bone block market is all done, and I tried to do some things a little different with this build. So first off, we did kind of the scaffolding around the edge to figure out the dimensions. That way we knew what our area was for working, how are we going to fit everything into here. And then, I don't know if it was entirely necessary, but I tried to go into GIMP with my sketch for this build and overlay a grid, which would help me figure out, the dimensions for each part, each square in the grid represented like a block, right? I don't know if it was entirely necessary, but kind of helped, kind of gave me an idea of what I was working with. And then instead of doing like a time lapse or something, I tried to do commentary over me building. I'm not sure how well that worked out. Haven't gotten to that point yet in editing, but yeah, I think everything's looking really nice. So a few things kind of popped up while or afterwards. I didn't record or anything, but we can see we have all these banners with all these, random symbols and stuff, and that's just kind of like just text and stuff. So I don't know if it says like Boom Block Market up there, and yeah, I don't know what these signs say, but they say something. And then all these little details I added, I kind of stole from Richard. He's got like a little sushi restaurant or whatever in his area. And so he's got like these noodle bowls with some chopsticks, and he had me add like these custom sushi models a while back. And I thought that might be a cool thing to add here. And, some more chopsticks. And there was something I figured out while designing this. So I put the sushi roll in like an item frame here, and that kind of looks like a plate, but not quite. So I put down a pressure plate, and it kind of looks like a plate, but it's kind of looks like a cutting board. And then I just kind of accidentally stepped on the pressure plate and realized the item frame just kind of holds the pressure plate down. I think that's what's happening, at least. Doesn't quite work over there on the stovetop, but it works here. But yeah, it looks more like a plate. It has the lip or the rim around the edge of a plate, and you got the center. And yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. And then, yeah, we have some details back here. Someone is chopping up a puffer fish. We got some weird food on the stove there. Over here, kind of, I don't know, I wanted to make a weird looking stool. And so what I did is I took these grindstones and some leather caps. I colored them brown and added an armor trim with the copper. So it's got that color to it. And then I added like a spruce stair here for the backrest. And it kind of looks like a portion of a motorcycle. So I might incorporate that into some vehicle design at some point. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's really it. I tried to make it look disgusting around here. We have a dumpster here, and why would you put a dumpster in the front of a building? Why not in the back? So it kind of just makes this area feel disgusting. Mushrooms and weird flora, things growing and stuff. And yeah, so our bone block storage is back here. I don't have anything hooked up yet. We'll do that later. And then you have like all these satellite dishes or whatever, lots and lots of them. I think it really helps to kind of make this area look and feel a little more cyberpunk, industrial, and stuff. There is one thing I need to add, so if I turn on the schematic, and see we have something here, and this is a piglin head, and I just didn't want to take the time right now to go and get one of those, because you need a charged creeper and stuff. But it's supposed to be up here on the billboard, and so once I get that head, I can do the text and get the head in there. But, the next thing that we want to do is add the police station here. We have the wanted sign here for Boris, the mass murderer, and, we need the police station. I think it just makes sense to have it here under the wanted sign. So I don't really know what the police station is going to look like, but I do know I want to add like a police vehicle out front. We do need a bubble vader so we can get to the top of the watchtower. So yeah, I know what I need to incorporate, but yeah, just need to start working on that. But I have a bunch of clips I need to incorporate somewhere in this video, and I think right now is probably the best point, and it might explain why I have bigger eyebrows. But if you're aware of what's happened on the server, Nat has released some evil onto the server. And so I got together with the other Pylords to figure out, well, what's going on.
This district. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I have something for you.
You have something?
I have something for you.
Renee, you gotta see.
Jesus Christ. That's amazing.
Here, you have, yeah.
Jesus.
See, I have one for being serious. One for lounging. Knock, 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 knock.
Come in.
Mm-hmm. So, Renee, you're another Pylord, I see.
Indeed.
Something terrible has happened on this server.
I think I've heard about it, but I'm not sure about all of the specifics about it. But I know it's something that needs to be stopped.
And Nat has released some evil onto the server. And just because of the pies.
How
Let's.
how did it escalate into this? I just wanted to make a joke about melon pies.
I mean, she set
Now,
the precedent that we, in order to be a pie lord, you need to own the most land, and so I went and built a farm.
oh,
Yeah, a little secret base here allows us
I
to
see.
eavesdrop, get to know what she's doing. So
Oh,
now that
toilet.
we're in a secure location, oh yeah,
Mm,
there's a toilet and an air freshener. We got some food just in case we're in here forever, or in
mm,
here for a long time. But yeah, so we have the secret location, and we got to discuss some things.
mm,
So first, there's more than just the two of us as pie lords.
mm-hmm,
There is one other, and it's Count.
mm-hmm,
And we know in the past Count has been allied with Nat. He's protected her, during the Don't Die challenge, you know.
mm-hmm. And he
So you can see
also
him out there.
he also like were a like kind of made her into the election stuff. So he has
Yeah.
been on her side historically. So the thing is, because this evil that has been unleashed is something we need to have stopped. And the thing is, if we can trust Count,
hmm
that
So
might
do we
just
bring
make
him
it.
in? I mean, like we can use him as some sort of secret agent,
Hmm. Yeah,
maybe.
the thing is that it's also dangerous because he might be able to tell our secrets to Natalie,
Mm.
but he could
So
also tell
so
her
we can
secrets
keep
to
our own
us.
secrets amongst us, but then we
Hmm.
can use it. We can share very specific details with him.
Like it's layered like a pie,
Yeah.
but like a
Yeah.
cake, but also like a pie.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we have a proposition.
Okay.
Since Renee and I are also pie lords, and you being another,
Mm-hmm.
and now that Nat has released some sort of evil onto the server, we were wondering if you wanted to get in on the alliance here, the the Pie Alliance.
I
Alliance,
if
oh
if
god.
if it involves securing the Siebel, taking it down, taking down Natalie, then yes, I'm all in.
Good.
Okay.
She cast me aside the moment she got any scent of power. What does this have to do with pies? Like, if we destroy her
I don't
pies,
know.
maybe it'll weaken it.
But she has like the thing is that she's creating them automatically. And I don't think we can eat pies faster than she can create them.
We don't have to eat them.
No, we have to defeat them.
Yeah, but you can't spell defeat without eat.
I love it. Where are we going?
Though I don't know. I think it's in this direction. I figured we could journey there. I actually don't know how far it is this way.
Oh yeah. I see it now. Yeah. Oh, you guys up there.
It looks nice.
I like the details of the armor stands on top.
Well, did we journey in?
I think
Wait.
so.
Wait. Where's my...
Are you ready?
Need to get a map.
So who wants to go first?
Knock knock. Oh, oh.
Hey. Hey. You guys coming in?
No, we have a
Sounds-
radio. We can. Okay.
I don't hear any screaming, so I guess it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is where the thing was summoned.
It's definitely emanating from here.
There's a book. It's a long book.
No traces of
I
anything.
There's
guess,
a lot of books
yeah, I
here.
guess we look around for clues. Oh yeah, no, just a book. Just a book. Just a book. Just a book. Just a book.
I feel so underprepared.
Maybe if we pull the right book, a door will open.
I tried all of them, I think.
Just getting out my EMF device. Maybe you want one
EMF? What is that?
to search for.
Electromagnetic fields.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if I throw a piece of melon pie into it.
Maybe it'll summon it back, and then we can close this off.
I don't know. I think the evil has gotten loose somewhere.
I think we need some kind of arcane barrier just to keep it back in, even if we could get it back.
So yeah, Nat, she has unleashed an evil onto this server. That evil is some god named Pi, and not the food, and not the number, but Pi, as in Pii. A little weird, but anyways. Yeah, Renee, Count, and I, we think that Nat has been possessed by this god, and, well, we've got to do something. And, yeah, I'm not sure what we can do. But in the meantime, look at this. I got the police station all built. It's pretty cool. Pretty happy with how it turned out. At first, I did have, like, a white background with the bone block, but I didn't like where it was going. So I just tore it all down, and I just picked a couple colors, you know, the bluish warped stem with the stone. And if you kind of look at it from afar, it's kind of got this metal sheen to it. And I think that looks kind of cool. And then, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of just started building, and this is what I got. I think it looks pretty cool. So, yeah, over here we got the entrance to our police tower up there, the watchtower. And at some point, I'm going to get redstone hooked up to this, so that when I press the button, it dispenses the water, and then there will be like a clock, and so hopefully it'll give me enough time to get to the top, and then it'll just bucket the water back up. That way, when I want to come down, I just land in the water source that's at the bottom there. But yeah, I think this video is longer than I intended. You know, just so much happened, and so much has been happening on the server that, well, I just kind of wanted to show everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and, you know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll start a Discord server for me. And if you like the idea, maybe leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Bye. See ya. Goodbye.